Most people think payday should feel like progress, but for millions of people, it feels more like temporary relief. The salary arrives. The bank balance rises. For a few hours, maybe even a few days, everything feels under control. Then the rent leaves. The loan payment leaves. The subscriptions renew. Groceries, transport, electricity, and small debts take their share. And before the month has properly started, the money is almost gone. You worked for 30 days, but your financial life barely moved forward. The problem is not always that you earn too little. Sometimes, the real problem is that your paycheck already belongs to everyone except your future. And until you understand why that happens, every payday will feel like starting over. Payday creates the appearance of progress because there is suddenly more money in your account. But a higher bank balance is not the same as a stronger financial position. Real progress means something remains after your basic needs and obligations are paid. It means your debt becomes smaller. Your emergency savings become larger. Your investments begin growing. Your future becomes slightly more secure than it was last month. But many people are not using payday to move forward. They are using it to recover from the previous month. That difference matters. Because when every paycheck is used to repair yesterday, there is nothing left to build tomorrow. Imagine someone named David. David earns $1,200 each month. On payday, he feels successful. His balance looks healthy, and for a moment, he can breathe again. But David's money already has assignments. $400 goes toward rent. $200 goes toward transport and a car payment. $150 goes toward groceries. Another $100 covers electricity, internet, and phone bills. Then there are streaming services, insurance, small loan repayments, and purchases he made using credit. By the time everything is paid, David has less than $100 left. And the month is not over. A friend invites him out for dinner. His phone charger stops working. Fuel costs more than expected. A family member asks for help. Soon, the remaining money disappears. David begins using credit again, promising himself he will fix everything on the next payday. But when the next payday arrives, part of that paycheck must repay the money he borrowed this month. So his future income is pulled backward to cover his past spending. He is earning money, paying bills, and surviving. But he is not progressing. And here is the dangerous part. From the outside, David's life looks completely normal. Payday never feels like progress when your income follows the same cycle every month. Money arrives. Obligations take it. Unexpected expenses finish what remains. Then credit carries you to the next paycheck. This cycle creates movement without improvement. You are constantly paying, transferring, borrowing, and budgeting, so it feels as though you are actively managing your finances. But activity is not always progress. A person running on a treadmill is working hard, breathing heavily, and moving their legs. But they remain in the same place. That is what the payday cycle can become. The first reason this happens is that most people budget around bills instead of goals. They ask, what must I pay this month? They rarely ask, what should this paycheck build for me? Bills are necessary, but if every dollar is assigned only to survival, your future receives nothing. The second reason is that fixed expenses quietly expand. A more expensive apartment, a newer phone contract, a finance car, more subscriptions, a larger lifestyle. Each decision may appear manageable on its own, but together, they create a life that consumes almost everything you earn before you even touch the money. The third reason is that irregular expenses are treated like surprises. Car repairs, school costs, medical expenses, annual fees, and family events may not happen every month, but they are not truly unexpected. They are predictable expenses with unpredictable dates. When you fail to prepare for them, they attack your next paycheck. But there is another reason payday feels disappointing. You may be measuring progress in the wrong way. The human brain reacts strongly to immediate changes. When your salary arrives, your bank balance jumps. That creates a small emotional reward. You feel safer, richer, and more capable. This is sometimes called the payday effect. Because you feel temporarily wealthier, you may become more relaxed about spending. You buy better food. You replace something you have been postponing. You reward yourself because you worked hard. None of these decisions may seem dangerous, but your brain is looking at the money currently available, not the obligations that are about to claim it. This creates what could be called a balance illusion. You see $1,200 in your account and emotionally treat it as though you own $1,200. But if $1,050 is already needed for rent, debt, and essential expenses, your true available amount is only $150. The larger number creates confidence. The smaller number is reality. There is also an emotional reason people spend quickly after payday. When someone has felt restricted for most of the month, payday feels like freedom. They have been saying no to themselves for days or weeks. So when money arrives, they want relief. This is not always irresponsible behavior. It is often emotional compensation. The problem is that a few days of financial freedom can create several weeks of financial pressure. Then the cycle repeats. Restriction, relief, spending, regret, waiting, payday. Breaking this cycle does not begin with complicated investments. It begins by giving every paycheck a job before it arrives. The first lesson is to stop using your bank balance as permission to spend. Your account balance does not tell you what is affordable. It only tells you how much money is currently sitting there. Before payday, list your essential expenses, debt payments, and savings goals. Subtract them from your expected income. The number that remains is what you can actually use. The second lesson is to pay your future like it is a bill. Most people save whatever remains at the end of the month, but nothing usually remains. Instead, move a small amount into savings immediately after you are paid. It could be $20, $50, or 5% of your income. The amount matters less than the habit. This changes payday from a recovery event into a building event. The third lesson is to create small funds for irregular expenses. Instead of waiting for a $300 car repair to become an emergency, save $25 each month toward vehicle maintenance. Instead of being surprised by annual fees, divide them by 12 and save a small amount monthly. This turns large financial shocks into smaller planned expenses. The fourth lesson is to reduce the number of people claiming your future income. Every monthly payment is a promise made using money you have not earned yet. A financed phone, a personal loan, a car payment, and several subscriptions may each look affordable, but every one of them reaches into your next paycheck before it arrives. Review your recurring expenses and ask a simple question. Does this payment improve my life enough to delay my financial progress? Some will, many will not. And finally, measure progress differently. Do not ask only, how much money do I have today? Ask, is my debt lower than it was 3 months ago? Is my emergency fund growing? Am I borrowing less before payday? Do I have more control over my income? These are the signs that your financial life is changing, even if the change feels slow. When payday never feels like progress, money begins to feel pointless. You work, earn, pay, and repeat. That can create frustration, shame, and even hopelessness. But the cycle is not proof that you are incapable of managing money. It is often proof that your income has no system protecting it. A paycheck without a plan will always be pulled toward the loudest expense. But a paycheck with clear priorities can slowly create breathing room. Then breathing room becomes savings. Savings become stability. And stability eventually gives you the ability to invest. Financial progress rarely begins with one dramatic decision. It begins when a small part of each paycheck finally stops paying for the past and starts building the future. Your next payday does not need to make you rich. It only needs to leave you slightly stronger than you were before it arrived. That may mean saving your first $20, canceling one payment you no longer need, preparing for one irregular expense, or finishing the month without borrowing. Little progress is still progress. And once your paycheck starts building something instead of simply disappearing, payday begins to feel different. But there is another trap you need to understand. Even when people escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and begin earning more, many still remain financially stuck because their lifestyle grows just as quickly as their income. Watch the next Capital Academy video, Why More Income Leaves You More Broke, because it explains how a higher salary can quietly create a more expensive financial trap.